Hello. In today's video, I will talk about the Ten of Wands. So, how I understand this card is, for one, it is in the suit of Wands. In a regular deck of cards, it would be the Ten of Clubs. The Buddha family associated with this particular suit would be Padma. The element is fire, the color is red. So this card, in its upright position, is going to represent this kind of neurotic quality of Padma energy, where it has these loose boundaries. Like the fire, this card is going to represent this inability to see where one flame ends and the other begins, what is the border of the fire. It has this kind of quality of it's this dynamic quality that doesn't really have very firm edges or boundaries. And so, in its upright position, this card is going to represent loose boundaries, taking on more than one can handle, taking on the responsibility of others, carrying others' crap, carrying the weight of other people. When this card is in its reverse position, it has two kind of different meanings, and of course, depending on what else is happening in the reading and what is happening for the querent. The one meaning could be that you are trying to please someone to your detriment, and so you're doing these things that, although they may on the surface please the other person, you are hurting yourself in the process, not taking care of yourself, not considering what you need to be okay in the situation. The other meaning that it has is actually this kind of wisdom quality of this particular energy, where there's this understanding that comes forth of the boundaries, understanding of what is and is not your responsibility, what is and is not yours to carry, and really finding that kind of those lines and holding that kind of container. One of the things that strikes me about this particular card is when it's in its reversed position and we are talking about pleasing someone to our own detriment. I often think about what a disservice it is that we do to others when we take on their responsibility. It's like robbing them of something that's theirs. And I think sometimes it's hard to think about things in that way, because a lot of times people want to dump their crap on others, and those who are willing to take responsibility for it oftentimes take responsibility for other people's crap. However, it is a disservice, and so this card in a way is talking about kind of taking that away from others, not really allowing the other person to take on what belongs to them. This card, when it was in its development, was one of the easier cards to bring forth. There wasn't a lot of back and forth with it. Once it kind of arrived, it felt like, oh great, it arrived. And it felt really complete pretty early on. The biggest challenge with this one was trying to represent the wands so that they could be easily counted, because my cards don't have any numbers. None of my cards except for the major arcana have any numbers, and so one has to count the elements on the card in order to know what number the card corresponds to. And so that was the biggest challenge, making sure the wands were able to be counted and able to be seen, all 10 of them. Aside from that, the cards seemed to kind of like pour forth and just manifest. It was like one of these cards that was like really easy to allow it to create itself. I feel like that's all I want to say about this card for now. In the next video, we will move into the suit of pentacles. And so this video is wrapping up the suit of wands. We'll be moving on to the last 10 cards of the deck. And so, yeah, I look forward to sharing that video with you soon. I would like to thank you so much for joining me.